Hello everyone, you're watching Cricket Calling. I'm your host, Indraneel Basu. Today is the last day of the league phase of IPL 2024. Yes, double header. We'll have SRH versus Punjab Kings in the afternoon, and at night we have Kings. After the Kings match, we have KKR versus Rajasthan Royals. These are the two matches we have tonight. Last day of the league phase. I don't know. I mean, how to look back. There is so much to talk about cricket. We get limited time, but even T20 is a limited, stipulated 20 over game. So you have to do everything within that time frame. So we try to squeeze in as much as we can, make it as interesting as we can, and we tried our best to give you the best dose of best content in terms of what we're seeing in IPL and very unbiased discussions. And it's possible because we had some great people talking about the game. One of them is right there with me, Orchiman Baduri, senior assistant editor with Times of India, Calcutta. Uh, call him affectionately Orchida. Welcome. Good afternoon. Last day. We are in a somber mood right now. So last day, how do you reflect what we have seen in this IPL? Is it like really? I mean, every year it's a roller coaster ride. How is it different from last year or last few years?
Uh, this time it's I think more talk about the runs that have been scored this time. So and more
True.
or less most of the matches were actually tilted in favor of the batters. That is no doubt to say about that. So I think the balance of IPL is missing this time. There is not equal balance between the batters and bowlers. But yesterday's match actually had the cake because that's how you end. You end with a hurrah, and RCB did that, and also it brings that life back into IPL. IPL in the midway was getting a bit boring. It seemed that we all know who the four are going to be. So everything is getting very dull at that time. And then the weather also came to interfere. Some of the matches got washed out, some got curtailed. So you are missing that excitement. So everything was there for yesterday's match, and somehow that happened. The rain was there, but fortunately, it was only for a certain period, and we are able to have a full match. And what a match it was! What a match it was! It's really means uh, all the mathematicians were also out with their calculations, with their everything, and also the players got their calculations right. So everything went in a right way. So it's a crescendo. The we can say the way the music ends, the it is like a crescendo. And I hope that today's matches will also, although we have all the four playoffs teams ready, but actually
Settled.
we need to know one, two, three, four. Who are the one, two, three, four? So those places will be assigned today. Although CSK will be four, that we know that they will be playing the eliminator at Ahmedabad. But who are the other three? Calcutta is there in number one and CSK in number four. So the two and three, the two matches today will decide the
Not
number two.
CSK, not CSK.
Hey,
You're saying
RCB, sorry, RCB, RCB will be RCB will the number four and KKR will be number one. So the
Yeah.
two places, number two and number three, will be decided by the two matches today. So I hope there will be enough entertainment today also, so that we can end up with the best four of this IPL.
I mean, who's going to be number two side in your opinion? Will it be SRH or it'll be it'll come out
I
by
I think
tonight? I
it should
mean,
be I think it should be SRH because of the way they have played, and RR has just suddenly gone down. Their head, they are Nadir now. They cannot uh, display the way they were playing in the first half of the tournament. Suddenly they are at a free fall like this, and they are up against KKR. KKR, who has a momentum, who has nothing to lose. They know where they are, so the KKR will be playing much for freely. But for RR, they know that they have been losing for the last few matches. They have a job at hand. They need to beat KKR to be number two, and so and everything is now not in their hands, so to say. So RR will be under pressure. So today, I think RR will be under pressure, and KKR will be holding the key to that. And for SRH, the advantage is that they will be playing later half in the later half, so they will be knowing what has happened. So accordingly, they can go forward in their match also. That is an advantage for them. So if RR loses, so KKR, SRH knows that they only have to win today, and that will clinch their place today. And against Punjab, Hyderabad should start as a favorite, no doubt about that. Although Punjab did well in the last match, but SRI going by the team on the paper, they are always much better team. They are faring well also, so I hope that SRH will clinch this number two spot today.
Well, that's the story. To sum it up, very well summed up. Oh, we're joined by Abhijit Sarkar, sir, and Chandresh Narayanan also. Welcome, gentlemen. Thanks for coming on time. Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
really
we have
sorry it got delayed.
Sundays are generally quite engaging and full of domestic work. Abhijit sir is a very what do you call it? He's a very like he spends a lot of time doing a lot of domestic work. Sir, can you tell us the range of activities you have on Sundays?
I'm a versatile and agile person, not like a just I don't go in the nets and just start hitting the ball with the bat and all that, standing at one pose, not even able
Yeah.
to move the leg and all. So I am always active. My both the legs move, both the hands move.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
And
Very
and
active.
Abhijita,
That's right.
all of us are not blessed like Indranil that they have got an army of people at home to work for him. So
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, we have to work.
And he
We
goes
have to
for net
go.
practice.
And we have to go for shopping to
yeah.
buy what to eat and what not to eat.
All right. Chandresh, who's your second team tonight? Who will be the second team tonight in the final points tally?
I think it will be Hyderabad because I
All
think that
right.
Rajasthan has forgotten how to win, and I think Hyderabad is very lucky because they're playing a team like Punjab right now who are really looking for players. So if you're around Hyderabad, you could probably fly down now. 3:30 match. Punjab might actually pick you to play because they run out of players.
You should have told me early on. I could have taken the flight. And now each sir could have sponsored my ticket and stay.
Times of India will sponsor it. Don't worry.
No.
Archimal Bhadri.
I'm playing for Punjab,
Archimal,
sir.
Archimal Bhadri. The Times of
No.
India.
You could have done that. You could have done. Sir, this
One
is what
present
you have
and
to have that.
I am accompanied by one present and two forwards.
Okay. No, but Abhijit sir, this, the fortune of RR, as Chandresh pointed out, and fortune of Rajasthan, one team going down and one team coming up. So, two contrasting styles of performing and then getting there to the last four. Quite commendable.
You are talking about RCB and RR, or you are talking about SRH and RR?
I'm talking about RR and RCB. Two
You
contrasting
just,
styles.
that's the problem. That you mentioned instead of RCB, you said RR, and not you didn't mention RCB. Anyway,
No,
first let me
RCB and
start.
RR, I'm saying. RCB and
Yeah, yeah,
RR.
yeah. Let me
You're getting old and not able to grasp a lot of
no.
things.
You asked them what you mentioned just now. Anyway, let's start with an interesting thing. That first of all, RR's losing streak started when SRH beat them defeated them by 1 run, and since then they are losing for there's 5 matches at a stretch. They have lost 5 match at a stretch, and RCB has won 6 match at a stretch. So
Yeah.
this is the contrast.
Yes.
RCB as a team has qualified for the top four, who has only had 3% chances of qualifying. And the most interesting part is all the 4 teams which has qualified for the top four this year. No one are from the same. No other team who has qualified in the last four last year. Nobody is there in this year. So all 4 new teams this year.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is
So
nice, huh?
yeah, it's
Nice.
good. It's good for IPL. It's good for IPL, and the best part is the broadcasters, the IPL people wanted either Dhoni's team or Virat's team, who has the maximum fan base, to be in the top four. They have it. So I think for RR, with the way I don't know. As I said earlier, also that all of a sudden they have started playing overcautiously. And now they have missing Butler also. And although but the biggest contrast is that they were the most balanced team and they were performing so well. But there has been a trend. There has been a trend of RR every year like this. Last year also they won the first five matches out of eight and then lost four out of six and they didn't qualify. Year before they qualified for the top four, but they just by a margin they were able to sail through to the top four. So this is the trend. This is the same platform they follow with RR. I don't know why, but although they had the best team, the most balanced team, and I think as except Butler, I don't think any major player they are lost it. But like the way CSK,
CSK lost. Yeah.
CSK lost Pathirana and Mustafizur, which I
Yeah.
said, I repeat, Mustafizur. So though their bowling looked depleted. So they missed their two major bowlers, and because in the last few matches, because of Mustafizur and Bathirana, they won all the matches. So and that was also a big factor for them, because of which yesterday and of course Virat Kohli factor, the enigmatic and infectious Virat Kohli factor was of course there,
What
and he
infectious?
outwitted.
If Virat would have played 20 overs, you think RCB would have won the game last night?
No,
What
no,
infection are
why?
you talking about?
Look, Virat is a person who has
This is a
scored
team game,
seven.
sir. We make a mistake all the time. This is a team game.
No, no.
We all the
The
time banking on individuals.
No,
And
no.
oh,
He's
Virat
sta-
Kohli. Why Virat
he's
Kohli?
the
RCB.
the
Give credit to
the 40,
RCB.
the 47 he scored. That he started. That is the trend.
That
Because
is enough. Yes.
look. He was whenever a particular person, a player is consistently playing for that particular team. The team was not in cohesion. They were not able to settle down. They were able to execute their plans on the field. So now all of a sudden, as you know, whenever the IPL goes in the later stages, the teams start playing more spinners, and IPL most RCB players on the batsmen are playing very well against the spinners. From Patidar, including Faf is incomparable, and even later on, Cameron Greens have settled down. So, but they took time to settle down, but
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
contribution, of course, of look on during fielding, during
I'll
bowling,
come to you, sir.
during batting, everywhere Virat Kohli's role is there. You see even the body language. So you cannot deny the
Chandra,
fact.
Virat Kohli's role after 10th over. I mean, how do you see that? I mean, I have broken down. I mean, I managed to break it down in a very proper way. If he plays 20 overs, the team had it in T20. I mean, look at his strike rate, 140. It's not going beyond 140. I did a comparative study of all the what he did in last 5 years in T20 World Cup, in last 10 years in T20 World Cup, in last 5 years in IPL. So I think he's best when he's like in the power play. He's doing an exceedingly good job. And I sir pointed out electric personality on the field. The way he grabs the ball, throws the ball in one go. He doesn't wait. Look at his pick up and throw. It's amazing. He's still one of the best in the country. The
You
way
will take 2 days.
step.
You will take 2 days to throw.
So that's what for you, because some people, problem in India, people who never played the game, they talk about the game
No,
also.
no. I have played the game. I don't
I
buy
got
into the net.
yes.
Okay, guys, let's
No,
address
I'm
speech.
just kidding, sir. It's not like that. It's not. Everyone has a right to talk about that. But Chandresh, your
Let
thought.
Chandresh speak.
Wait, I'll just, before talking about Kohli, let me just disable my Twitter account, just in case people hear my view and come after me on Twitter. so, yeah, I think that you made a very valid point about Virat, and you're right that I also see his best position in T20 cricket is as an opener. It's different in a 50-over match because longer duration, number three, he can control the innings and play a controlled innings in the chase. But I think T20 cricket best position for me, and I agree with you, is at the top of the order. And And I think at some level, at sometimes, T20 cricket, uh, there's a lot of theory. There's a lot of matchup theory that comes. For example, yesterday, the first ball that Maxwell bowled to Ruturaj Gaikwad, he got his wicket, and it threw all the matchup equations out of the window. I think batting order in T20 cricket needs to be flexible. And But still, I feel that Virat, you can utilize the most. Look at it this way: 120 balls, if you give it to Virat, you will probably end up with him more often than not scoring a lot of runs. And I think that will be good for any team that he plays for.
All right, all right, all right. I mean, we'll see what happens. But Orchida, I mean, KKR, before we discuss yesterday's game, KKR, how motivated are they? They are right on top of the table. As a team, you see them crushing Rajasthan once again and just marching ahead like a dominant force. The way they have collected them, amazing. I mean, what a turnaround story this time. And what we saw in 2018 KKR, Chennai was extremely scared, petrified about KKR team, but they couldn't. I mean, there was something was missing, but this time everything they have managed to sort of, whatever gaps they had, they had managed to fill them. So what exactly, how motivating, I mean, how motivated are they? I mean, they are already up there for this last game of the 2024 IPL league phase.
No, I think they will go all out. They are play more freely today. So if they are playing more freely, they will be more dangerous, I think. And I don't think they will be going for any experimentation because already the next round of matches they are ready for that. So you have to be ready with that. Only thing is that they will have a new opener. I think Gurvaz will be coming in for Phil Salt. So that is a very important change to see how Gurvaz is able to get into the mode. And the way Phil Salt has played this time, it is very difficult to get into the shoes of Phil Salt. So Gurvaz will be coming with lot of expectations also, because now the expectation is always the top order will fire. So Gurvaz will have to live up to that expectation to some extent. But yes, the thing with KKR this time is that they are playing as a unit. It's not that only the openers are giving them the start. Sometimes they have failed it. Where you have seen that they have lost two of the openers in successive overs in Eden Gardens at one stage. In Mumbai match against also at Wankhede, they lost the openers very cheaply. But the middle order then chipped in. So either the Ramandeep is playing, the Venkatesh Iyer is playing, Shreyas Iyer is playing. So everybody is chipping in when it's required, and they are pushing that run rate, maybe not above 200 if they are not getting that type of a start, but around 200, which will always be competitive in any field. So that is very important, that they are pushing the thing, they are pushing their limits. And whenever the team is ready for that, and what Nitish Rana said at the end of the last league match at the Eden Gardens, that we win as a team, we lose as a team. And there is always that belief, if not me, somebody else will do. So if that is there in a team, that team is very difficult to beat, because I know that not everything rests on my shoulder. There are people behind me, so I can play much more freely. So that is
Yeah.
more important. So in that way, they can express themselves more freely, and that they are doing this time on the field, and that is making a big difference.
All right, that's a very valid point. We win as a team, we lose as a team. But yesterday, Abhijit sir, you made a very pertinent point when I called you after the game. You said, "Or kitna baar jeetega Dhoni." You said like that. So can you just explain that bit? I mean, Dhoni, God has to be fair to the opposition also. Every time in knockout stages, it was always Dhoni, never Virat Kohli. Never. First time it has been Virat Kohli. And Virat, I mean, look at the reaction he gave after the match. My God. And Dhoni also, first time I saw him abusing and punching the bat. He knew he made that mistake by committing to that stroke early on because there was a slow ball. He could have waited. 11 runs out of 5 balls. I think Dhoni will do it like 1 lakh times without even doubting. But yesterday was not there. I mean, he was not there. Uh, Last game probably for Dhoni, but your thoughts, what you said yesterday.
Look, yesterday, so many people, so many experts also spoke, appreciating Dayal, that the bowler must have the guts to bowl that ball, the ball he bowled
Yeah.
to Dhoni.
Ah,
But
yeah.
maybe he missed out by few whisker because it didn't go beyond the boundary. Maybe people didn't very cautiously didn't say that, but okay, in his Dhoni in his element, it may have crossed the boundary because he took the risk. We must appreciate Dayal. He took the risk with Dhoni, and he got the wicket because once the bowler takes risk in T20 cricket, he gets wicket. He buys the wicket, and he bought the wicket, and that also in the last over. Full credit to Dayal for that. And look, what I meant to say, how many times single-handedly Dhoni will bring them out of the trouble for CSK because they work on it. And look, Moeen Ali was not there. The bowlers were not there. So these are the factors. He came and he tried his best, and still he performed at this age. And look at the way the I must if nobody noticed the way the running between the wickets, the way he was
Why
running.
everyone noticed? You think you only the
Yeah,
only person who's noticing
no, no,
things?
no,
I also
no. You didn't
noticed.
speak about it, no. But you didn't speak about it. I'm here to speak. So you didn't speak. You
Okay,
didn't. You
okay,
will. I'm here to speak and to point it out. So
okay.
he was trying to he tried his best. And but one thing again, I would like to say without with due respect to them about of our Australian series hero Lord Thakur, Deepak Chahar, the all are most expensive players for CSK. But on the
Hmm.
most critical times they didn't perform. Deepak Chahar consistently getting injured. Shardul Thakur, very low IPL this time. So what we should stop whenever a bowler or all rounder, that's why we are not getting also, stop overhyping the players because when the critical junctures come, if we have to still resort to Zadeda and Dhoni, then what are these young youngsters who are upcoming, who was called the future all-rounders of Indian cricket will do? They were supposed to solve it. I think one or two shots from Shardul Thakur would have saved the match for CSK. So
All
that's
right,
the thing.
all right,
If how many times will be Dhoni be lucky, even
all right.
with
That's
some
a very, very
mediocre
important
batting?
point. But yeah, but Chandresh, last we saw Dhoni last night. I mean, last time we saw him in CSC colors. Your observation?
Indranil, I can't hear you. Your voice is not clear.
No, I'm saying last time you're seeing him in CSK colors as a player.
You're asking me if you have seen Mahendra Singh Dhoni
Dhoni.
for the last time in IPL.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I think that it seemed quite evident that he may not be around for the next year's IPL, and he may not continue. Looking at the reaction, looking at everything, and I think it's fair enough. Like Abhijit Das said, it seemed like we were watching a retro game yesterday where everything was down to Ravindra Jadeja and to Mahendra Singh Dhoni. I was looking at the bench of Chennai Super Kings. They've got guys like Nishant Sindhu, Sheikh Rashid. They've got guys like Rajyavardhan Hangargekar, Samir Rizvi, for example, from UP. All these guys are just sitting on the bench and they are not coming in. And you're just depending on the old players. You can't survive on nostalgia for forever. So I think that even though it's tough, it makes me feel old that Mahendra Singh Dhoni may not be around next year. But I think that at some point or the other, things have to end. Sachin Tendulkar ended his career about 10, 12 years ago. Rahul Dravid ended his career. Saurabh ended his career. So many of these legends ended their career and stopped playing. So we've got to accept it and move on. And I think that there's absolutely nothing wrong in that. And it's just that you don't want a situation where the next generation it just goes away and just fades away into oblivion, and you're ending up looking at the uh, third generation. You're missing this generation, the next generation, and you're looking at the third generation. It will take a very long time for Chennai to rebuild their side there.
All right. It's like Australia, probably. They took time also after a little, I mean, slum in their performance at the ICC level, but they've come back strong. But this is what happens. Everything which goes up has to come down at some level. Look at Mumbai Indians. But Orchida, you looking? I mean, I mean, hearing what Chandresh said about you can't live in nostalgia and all that, but you think it's time they should have empowered the youngsters also. Like Samir Rizvi got 8.4 crore. They should have powered the youngsters, which they probably will have to do right now because that's the only way out in front of you.
No, 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 no doubt. It's time to rebuild. CSK has to rebuild. They were too
Mm.
much, I think, over dependent on Dhoni. And the problem was that Dhoni was continuously performing also and giving you the results. So that's why you might have missed the trick of looking ahead of Dhoni. So when things are happening, everything is happening, it's not always easy to look beyond that, that what will happen after that. That might also be a problem with CSK because Dhoni has constantly performed and given results. But yes, it's high time. It's high time, and Dhoni is not in the best of his shapes. Also, you can understand he is not hitting the ball. He is not getting that power behind the shots, not getting the timing behind the shots, and there's nothing wrong in it. He is
No, but
catching.
he played some good knocks. You can't
No
say that
doubt,
he's
no
not
doubt.
getting his
And
time. Last night
but the
at
balls,
six,
but the
he
balls
went
that
over the
he
roof.
got,
That was
but the ball
special.
that he got out, but the ball that he got out, it would have been a six, or it had gone out of the stadium 5 years back. It's the timing of the thing, and that happens because your body and mind, that coordination is not there after the age. So your mind might be ready there, it has reached the point of contact, but your body hasn't. So it's not always happening, and that happens every time. It's happened, that's aging, and that is there. And he's approaching 40. You cannot do when
No,
cannot
he's
keep
cross
pushing him.
40.
Cross
Cross
cross so you
40.
can cross 40, so you
Uh,
cannot keep pushing him, keep pushing him. But his presence is, no doubt, his presence is there. And so, that CSK still had a dream that we can beat them. It's because it was Dhoni. In spite of being him, we all know he is not in the best of shape in this 40 plus. But because that person is Dhoni, there are so many of them are thinking that yes, he could have. And the first six he had made, he hit. So everybody thought that it is because of Dhoni. But yes, Chandresh and Avijita is very right. It's high time CSK look beyond Dhoni, and it's time to rebuild CSK. So next auction will be very big for them.
age can really take a toll on your
Of
shot
course,
hitting
of,
ability.
of
Abhijit sir, when I talk about, when
Who knows?
someone tells me
Who
about
knows?
age, I think about you.
Who knows better than you?
No, no, I think
Age
about
can take a
you.
toll because you have to go to the net and start
No,
dreaming that
no,
I'm playing a match. So,
but no, I mean,
that's the problem.
why does it happen to me like this? That whenever
So,
age is spoken about, I
look,
think
what
about you.
I have an observation by while agreeing with Chandresh and Archiman that
Huh.
I have an observation. It's very it's not it's unfortunate, but that this is very much true. You uh, just remember this, that all about Dhoni playing next year will depend, if he's even if he's 50% fit, will depend how CSK performs on the auction table. Because Dhoni being present on the ground is itself 60% of the matter. Even a mediocre player, he can upgrade that player by his advices and make them perform. So if they are able to build a good team in the auction, even after beside retention, then Dhoni will go back in the mentoring role. But otherwise, again, Mr. Srinivasan will come and request and plead, and Kashi Vishwanathan will come and request, please, one more year, because they are not confident still. If they are fully confident the way the Gaikwad has matured himself, or he is yet to mature, of course he will take time. But why they are not confident? Because that this year team was not there were lots of holes in the team. To fill that hole, Dhoni was the person there on the ground, and he created from out of nowhere Pathirana. He selected Pathirana from somewhere, and Pathirana became a very menacing bowler. Mustafizur was in the woods, out in the woods. He was not able to perform to Delhi. But look, when he comes to CSK under Dhoni, how he performs. That is the asset of Dhoni being there on the ground. He was his batting well. So that may be the case. If they are able to form a good team on the auction table, Dhoni will go back to the dugout. If they are not, if they still have holes, again the request will come from the management. Dhoni, one more year, please.
All right, Chandresh, you remember that moment when I think Shardul or was it one of the bowlers asked for a leg before wicket and Dhoni said no, it's not out. And I think Ruturaj overruled Dhoni and went upstairs, and it was actually not out. And I knew that moment that Dhoni is over in CSK as a player because he's. You remember that moment in the game?
No, I couldn't catch your question because your voice was breaking constantly. I don't know if anyone else caught the question.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
there's a
saying
problem.
Dhoni,
There's a problem with
Rituraj
your internet.
overruled Dhoni in one of the DRS decisions in the game last night. Did you see
Huh.
that?
No, I didn't see that. What is it?
DRS, I
Huh.
mean, Rituraj overruled Dhoni in one of the moments in the match while taking a DRS call. Dhoni
Huh.
said, "Don't take it," and he still went for it. And I thought that moment, that Dhoni, the CSK captain, I think the fact that he's not the captain, he doesn't have much of a say. He's still fixing few field, adjustments he's doing as a man behind the stumps. But Rituraj has already taken over from Dhoni completely.
I just want Archimanda and Abhijit Da to look at Indranil's face very carefully. He's saying that Dhoni is not taking the decisions with a straight face.
Yeah,
Uh, he's saying it with a very straight face, and that Ruturaj has taken over from Mahendra Singh
yeah,
Dhoni in terms of decision making on the field. It's one odd occasion, Indranil. I don't think it's going to be. It was
Impossible.
impossible. Like Abhijit Da explained beautifully just now. Dhoni is CSK, CSK is Dhoni. He may
all
not be
right.
the captain, he may not be going to the toss, he may not be coming to the post match presentation, but he's practically running the show. Everybody knows it. So, one odd decision here and there doesn't make a big difference in my view.
All right, all right. And so that's it. So Dhoni is out, Virat Kohli is in. So final question to Orchida, to all the panelists. So playoff will start very soon in 2 days' time. So you're two finalists. Now we can say at least
My
RCB
my my
KKR.
my personal favorite will be I want to see a KKR versus Hyderabad final.
All right. Abhijit sir, your favorite final would be
I think SRH is preferable, but I think RR still has chances. But for my personal favorite, RR versus RCB, KKR versus RCB, and KKR giving a good send off to their mentor Gautam Gambhir when he becomes to become an Indian coach with the cup.
so why are you copying me? I said RCB versus KKR. You're saying the same thing.
Why should I copy you?
You did
You are
you did
quite.
just now.
When did you say RCB versus KKR? I was not there
I said
there.
I said RCB
When?
versus KKR is my choice.
When did you say? I didn't hear
I
it.
said that.
Basu,
No,
all
no,
three
no.
of us cannot copy you because we all have to use our combs to part our
Oh,
hair.
yeah, yeah.
And
But
we
Chandresh,
all know your
I,
each other's love for each other. So it is very common that you will be speaking the same team.
the only thing you can dream is the way Faf took the catch yesterday, being 40
Oh,
oh,
plus.
blinder.
So we must mention that was the occasion we will always remember on that match, the catch of
Oh
Faf
my.
du Plessis.
It'll be one of the iconic catches we've seen in IPL. I mean, the timing of the jump.
And that is the danger point, which I think if that is the motivation for RCB, they can go on to win the IPL
Wow.
if they play like that.
Well, Chandresh, your favorite finalist would be this year, 2024 IPL.
I think it will have to be like everyone said, KKR versus RCB, Gambhir versus Kohli. It will be a fantastic way to end the tournament. Imagine last year they argued with each other. This year they end the tournament with hugging each other once again.
Because
Lovely it would be. Really.
because they will hug when a Gambhir becomes an India coach, and it will be, and he will select Kohli for the Indian team, whether he plays at number one or whether he opens the innings. in
No,
future.
not in T20 anymore, hopefully,
Oh,
after
not
this World
T20,
Cup,
of
but
course, of course. After this World Cup, of
only
course,
in
of course.
ODI.
But
Only
one
in
day,
ODI.
one day, one day, one day, one day. Gambhir is a one-day master as well.
Absolutely. But Chandresh, before I shut this, we wrap up the show. Your thoughts on this India's coach ka coach. We used to put that slug in TOI, remember? And you did so many stories on coaches. And before I could call my sources, Chandresh is ready and is given a menu. Coach story Chandresh from Mumbai coming. And I had no clue. I'm still in the dark, grouping in the dark. Who's the coach? And then the slug would come, coach ka coach. So coach ka coach with Chandresh, he always produced masterpieces when it comes to coach stories. Actually, am I right or wrong?
Yeah, yeah. All
Chandresh was bang on target all the time. But Chandresh, please tell us who is the coach. Abhijit sir has given us uh, Gautam Gambhir. Your choice of coach.
See, I think we need to see if we are continuing to have Atmanirbhar Bharat or we're going to look for foreign direct investment. So, if it is foreign direct investment, there are a few names already floating, and I've already
Ah,
said that I think that India deserves a foreign coach because I've seen a lot of former India players. They don't watch cricket, they don't follow cricket, they don't keep tabs of cricket after they finish playing. So, I wouldn't like the concept of an Indian coach. And I think that Gambhir is too close to uh, the current lot of players. So I wouldn't like to look at him as that option right now. And I don't know if he'll want to spend 10 to 12 months away from family. This current arrangement that he has with IPL franchises and then commentary works well for him, in my view, and works well for a lot of former India players because then that means that they can do 10 months of everything else that they do. So I'm not sure if he'll come in, but the very fact that the stories come out means that there's something afoot. And also think about it this way: the BCCI puts out an ad and says that you have 2 weeks to apply for a 3-year role, which means that they've already spoken to somebody and sealed the deal. So then it means that it's a done deal. And the fact that Basu, you're smiling means that you know something that we don't.
no, 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 I don't know anything. I don't know anything. What's your
He's
choice of coach?
he's fishing for stories.
Yeah.
I'm thinking for stories. But your this thing, your choice.
No, I have no problem with Gambit. The only thing that I also agree with Chandresh is that he is too close to this lot of players. So I think there should be this gap between a coach and these players. And in that aspect, I think if yeah, they can go for a foreign coach, that would be better because India team coaching is more of man management than actually the looking after the technique or deciding on big game plans or such. So man management skill is very important here. So if you are too close to the team players, so it will, I think it harms in your operation in that way.
And we don't want, looking at the way he is, my only fear is that we don't want Greg Chappell part two.
Apart,
Yeah,
again.
because you never know.
Mhm.
Great
It'll, it'll,
chapel.
it'll be a great time
Gautam
to be a
Gambhir is
journalist.
new great chapel of Indian cricket.
So
Wow.
it will be a great time to be a journalist because you'll get a lot of
You get
stories
a
and
lot of
everything.
I
Yeah,
know.
uh, and
Amazing. But where are the
Gautam Gam.
stories? Stories don't happen these days. Where are the
Uh,
stories?
so maybe it
Not a
happens
day.
when Gautam.
He supported Hardik. He said that whomsoever is commenting about Hardik, how many times they have won the IPL. He has won IPL for Mumbai. He has won IPL for Gujarat Titans, and now they are coming and commenting on Hardik Pandya. So Gambhir came in forefront and supported Hardik Pandya. So that's a factor. But one more thing I would like to comment because today only I was just reading a comment of Justin Langer because he has used a very interesting word. Especially for the English-speaking journalist, you will be able to elaborate better. He is very curious about to become about the coaching of Indian team. Why is he so curious? I don't know. But simultaneously speaking, that we in this LSG this year we have lost. We have lost because of dropping most of catches, and we have the best fielding coach with us. That is Jonty Rhodes. So why I'm saying this is that whenever these foreign coaches come, the entourage they bring, either South African entourage or Australian entourage or the New Zealand entourage, that it's for me in during IPL is party time for them. All are not that equally competent. There are equally competent guys in India as well, and I now strictly I want to recommend that in every IPL team, even if they have a foreign coach, there has to be assistant coach or other coaches who are
Indian
Indian.
coach.
That will be good for they are
Gaurav
and they are
suggested
very
that.
competent anyway.
Ganguly
Because
ji suggested that, your friend.
John T. Rhodes is biking around the Lucknow roads, and his team is dropping 26 and 27 catches. Yeah,
No, no.
he,
That's happened.
he
Yeah.
loves India.
Abhijita,
He,
Abhijita, you're
he,
not getting it. You're not getting it. John T. Rhodes' fielding coach impact is that the ball boy was taking
There you
catches.
go.
So
catches,
they
yeah.
had a bigger impact on them.
And he is getting inspired. He is preparing the next generation fielders.
And he plans once to go biking. That okay, that is his for a good story for the journalist. That okay, he will go on a bike from the hotel to the stadium. Our
So,
fielding
so
coach is going on a bike.
you're essentially saying John T. Rhodes is taking LSG for a ride.
Any foreign coach can take any of the IPL for the ride because in our time also we were so much enamored by the coach. I am accepting that. That you bring that international coach, it's Michael Bevan, Jeff
We have
Marsh,
March.
is
We have
Dermot
March.
Brave,
Dermot Reed.
and no, all the other coaches. They were because there were other coaches. Look, out of nowhere, after Chandrakant Pandit had to perform in the Ranji Trophy to be considered to be a coach of a IPL team
Ah,
that this guy has consistently coached two champion IPL Ranji Trophy teams.
Ranjit Ravi
He
side.
can be considered from KKR as well. So in this case, I am not saying I totally agree with whatever he commented about Gautam Gambhir and all that. But we have to even if a foreign coach is coming, there has to be assistant coach who is in Indian. Indian coaches, there are people who are competent enough who can be in the panel of IPL coaches as well, IPL team coaches, as well as the Indian coach.
I think
Chandresh.
Abhijita mentioned, Justin Langer saying, I'm very curious. I was just wondering if it is the effect of the post-match conversation with Sanjeev Goenka, where,
Yeah.
where he must have thought, ये हमसे नहीं होगा बॉस ये हमसे नहीं हो पाएगा हम जाते नेशनल टीम बेटर है
No, it
But
is because
Chandresh,
I'm telling you, he is curious
ah,
when he will get to know a person like Indranil Basu. He will become more
हाँ
curious. He will become furious. Instead of curious, he will become furious. Oh, this journal on the
I like making people angry. Yeah, I
that
like
because he
people
will
getting angry.
this guy on the prowl with me when I'm a coach, the moment he will start running away.
But Chandresh,
Or
two coaches, two
or
formats.
there are journalists who want to be on very much eager to be on the Pakistani television and speaking accolades about Pakistani players instead of Indian players. There are lots of journalists coming up now, so who want to be internationally famous, more
They are not
frequenting on the
journalists.
Pakistani television.
Oh no, they are not journalists. But Chandresh, two coaches, white ball, red ball. Is that a solution to break it
that's a
down?
solution that's a solution because you will find that increasingly big names will not want to be part of it and I think it is a very viable solution but I've always felt India is very slow to adapting to changes.
Yes, yes.
86, 86. Australia had Bobby Simpson, England had Mickey Stewart, Pakistan had Intika Bala. India till 1990 used to appoint a manager, like a former player as manager for every series. Then 90 we brought in Bishan Bedi, and then 92 we brought in Ajit Wadekar for a longer period of time. Then again, when England used to appoint specialist coaches in 90s, everybody used to mock them. Then we started adopting, and now we have some 25 people in the support staff. Then
T20 cricket, T20
South
cricket,
what?
T20 England adopted it. We said
Yeah,
we won't play it.
yeah, T20 cricket. I remember when John Wright wanted a physical trainer. BCCI said, "What physical trainer? You have Andrew Lippers. What is he doing there?" They didn't know the difference between physio and trainer. And now we
Trainer.
have two physios, two trainers, two messieurs. And then we have personal physios, personal trainers. So we are always
Yeah.
slow. DRS, for example, we are always slow.
Ah,
And I think the best
yes.
example that I always give is that baggage tag at airports. The world over, everybody stopped. We continued. And then after about many years, we stopped having baggage tag at airports. So we are always slow. So 2 coaches will come to India, the concept, but it will take some time.
Orchida, agree with Chandresh?
Yes, it's very true. And but the thing is, now we want 2 coaches because the teams will also be different. The test team will not be playing the white ball there. So
Yeah.
one person handling 2 different teams will be very difficult for him also. So 2 coaches is the call of the time. No doubt
And we
about
are
it.
getting 2 teams. We are getting two
We
teams
are getting two
eventually.
teams. That's what.
Or
Yeah,
three,
Red ball
or
and
three,
white ball.
or three.
Or probably
You got
three.
guys,
or
Probably
three,
three.
you got guys
three,
like
maybe
Rahul,
three.
Gill, Iyer, who may not play T20 cricket for
Not
India.
play. Yeah. So 3 teams.
That
True.
that has to be realized by these players. In India, the concept, the most of the players who are the star players, they want to play all formats.
Yeah,
They think that they're competent to play all formats. That has to be made realized by the selector, by the chief
That's why
coach, by
Gautam
the
Gambhir is
BCCI.
important.
no,
So
also
yes,
I think what also happens is that in India, if you don't play in colored clothing for India, the fan at large thinks that you're a former player. Today, if you ask somebody Pujara, they'll say that अच्छा वो जो पहले खेलता था इंडिया के लिए वो और रहाणे, or they will even think
Or you
about
sit
that
at
about
home.
or you think that about Ashwin or about Sarfraz Khan or Dhruv Jurel. So the thing is that in India we are a white ball nation. We are, matlab, in that sense, we are a white ball country, and in England it's a red ball country.
White
They're
reminds me
obsessed.
of so many things.
England is obsessed with red ball cricket.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look at Brendan McCullum. He has the best job in the world. 3 months of coaching, and there is a concept named after him. Book written about that already. All that is done.
Actually, when you
that is
think about
that,
India realizing their strength, what to do, and everything, I think about Avijit sir. We are led to adopt T20, DRS, everything. Coaches, specialized coaches. Avijit sir, I think about you. That I mean, you also your reactions are quite late. I mean, if you're playing T20 from age of T20, you have to be quick on your
I
feet.
told you will take 2 days to return the ball when to the non-striker end.
All right, all
You
right.
will
So
think, you will think, you will think, you will think what story is
uh,
behind it. Why should I throw the ball?
that I have taken
As
100 catch
non-striker or the wicket keeper? So
in,
you will think so many things that you will take 2 days to throw back the ball to the either to the wicket keeper
each
or to the
square
bowler.
leg. I have
Which end?
taken 100 catch last year in DDCA League, Premier Division. 100.
Were you hospitalized after that?
No, 100. 100.
No. Were you hospitalized after that?
No,
Because of sprain
100
and all
catch.
that.
So you don't,
No,
I
no,
mean, I've taken, you have to have a stomach to
because
feed, actually.
because of the sprain on your back.
No. It just happened. I just raised a hand and the ball was leaving me, and I had to just put my hand, got stuck over there. But I took the catch nevertheless. That's important. But coming back to our
The ball bounced on
top
your
11
tummy.
pick. Sorry?
The ball bounced on your tummy and you took it in one hand.
I did the second catch I did in the second match. It came on my tummy. There was a huge mark on the tummy also. Yeah, you're right. And you need to have the stomach to fight. That's fire in the belly. That's not tummy. So coming back to our top 11 picks, we have SRH versus Punjab. We have Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma, guys who are playing fantasy cricket. Klassen, Prabh Simran, Riley Russo, Nitish Reddy, Shashank Singh, Shahbaz Ahmed, Cummings, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Natarajan. This is our top 11 picks at about versus Punjab in a few moments from now. And then at night, KKS versus RR. I mean, we'll see what happens there. Sanju Jaiswal, Nitish Rana coming back after a long layoff. Titus, Venkatesh Iyer, Rinku Singh, Nareen, Russell, Rian Parag, Bolt, Stark, and Chahal. This is our top 11 picks. We had an extended session today. Of course, I enjoyed a lot talking about Indian cricket by and large, and it's going in the right direction. And Dhoni playing in his last game, Kohli going into the last four, Archimanda, Abhijit sir, Chandresh, thanks as always coming and gracing your presence on cricket calling. We'll be back again and enjoy the afternoon, enjoy Sunday, last double header. See you guys. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Bye.